So imagine you go to work every day, you clock in the morning, and then you clock out for your lunch break, and then you take your lunch break, then you go back to work, and then you come home at the end of the day, like as you normally do. Except this time when you get home, dinner is made. The bed that you left unmade that morning when you left for work is now perfectly made, and the room is perfectly organized. There's a hot meal for you waiting at home. Your home, your apartment, or your house has been cleaned spotlessly. Also, all those little things that you couldn't remember to do or just couldn't be bothered to do because you were too tired or you just didn't feel like it, they've been done for you now, so you don't have to worry about them anymore. Your home is perfectly decorated in a way that makes it feel so comfortable and beautiful for you to come home to.
Yeah, and she deserves appreciation for that, but so does he. I hate how this is always phrased like he just spends 24/7 sitting on the couch playing video games, sitting on the couch doing nothing, just being, I don't know, a couch potato 24/7, and he contributes nothing to the relationship. That she's just this maid at home, this servant while he's out living life. Like, why is it always painted like that? This man is probably paying bills, working full time, probably working a hard job. He's probably fixing things around the house. He probably helps with that cooking and cleaning. He's driving everywhere, potentially doing physical labor, helping with the kids. He's running errands. A lot of men are overwhelmed and have so much on their plate, and it's rarely acknowledged. And on top of that, he's expected to stay calm no matter what. He has to constantly worry about everything that he does. He has to worry about walking on eggshells because if he does something, you might see him as less masculine. And also, I think sometimes women mistake what men actually value. He may not value your decorations. Those are for you. In fact, especially decorative towels. That's a big one I hear about. Men hate those things. Like, what towels is he allowed to use? He doesn't want to spend 20 minutes trying to figure out what towel he can wipe his wet hands on. Like, it's ridiculous. So no, he doesn't like all your decorations, especially the women that if he doesn't like the color pink and you paint the whole house pink, he's not thrilled about that. He may not say anything because he doesn't want to cause an argument, but he's not thinking, wow, I love my super pink house. And heck, a lot of men aren't even allowed to have things they like around the house, decorations or whatnot. If he has a cool Star Wars statue or something that he wants in the living room, he probably won't be able to do that because it doesn't fit your aesthetic. Now, let's not act like all these women are only doing things that benefit men and there's no benefit in for them. You have to eat too. Not only that, but let's be real here. Most women are not consistent. You're probably not cooking dinner 7 days a week. You're probably not making a full course meal. The house isn't probably clean 24/7. You're probably not actually making the bed every day. And I'm not saying that to put you down, but most people are not fully consistent 24/7. I'm not. I do my best. Yes, I work my butt off, but I work 2 jobs beyond also keeping the house clean and cooking meals. I don't have a whole lot of time to make the bed. I just don't. I can, but I don't. So again, most women are not fully perfectly consistent. Even stay-at-home moms that their only job is to stay at home and take care of the kids and cook and clean. And to be fair, kids are a handful. I get that. But even stay-at-home girlfriends that don't have kids, again, the consistency always isn't there. And that's something we need to realize and take into account. Usually men have to realistically go to work every day unless they're so sick they can't even get out of bed. I hate how common it's becoming these days that appreciation is becoming so rare in relationships. If you see a video of a woman on social media of her cooking for her man or talking about how much she loves him or appreciates him and she's actively doing things for him, holy cow, you see those comment sections full of hate, full of women being like, divorce him, you deserve better, you shouldn't be cooking for him, he's a grown man, don't be his mom. A lot of men also instinctively feel they have to be strong emotionally 24/7, and that in itself is exhausting. He may have days where he can't even get through the day. Otherwise, he's struggling to even hold his composure, but he knows he has to. I made a joke in one of my past videos where it's like, if I was a man in this situation, I would cry, and then a man rightfully commented, if you were a man, you couldn't cry either. And it's like, oh my gosh. How hard would that be? Your life is hard, you're carrying so much, and you can't even get your feelings out. Maybe go hide in a closet and cry, but for a lot of men, they cannot outwardly show emotion without people losing respect for him. So that's something he has to constantly be worried about, and I think that's ridiculous and needs to change. But we aren't there yet, unfortunately. Also, car problems, it's probably him fixing it. Yard, maintenance, like, yes, a lot of women are like, oh, well, that doesn't need done 24/7. He doesn't need to oil the door hinges 24/7. He doesn't need to fix the car every day. Yeah, but when he actually does have to do it, sometimes it's a few hour project that's exhausting and brutal. The lawn needing mowed every week, that's a task in itself. It can be exhausting. What a lot of women don't realize is a lot of men give up their hobbies for the relationship. They give up who they are. They give up the things they enjoy. Oh, but he would have to work anyways if he didn't have me. Yeah, but not as many hours. I love that video I saw the other day where the man says, well, I work hard so you can buy your boxes off Amazon. So you can get your boxes. Because that's really what it is. Because for a lot of, like, I know a lot of women will buy household goods, to be fair. You know, the body washes, the shampoos, whatever. And that stuff is necessary. But, like, let's be real here. A lot of women, they don't have to worry about the cost. They see, oh, I like that brand, I like that product, and then you order it. And you don't have to sit there and think, okay, well, he has to work an hour to get all my stuff for me, or 3 hours to get all my stuff for me, or the family. And it's like, that's never taken into account when you're appreciating him. And then the little part where she says, oh, you can spend hours watching TV. For a lot of men, that's not even the case. If he watches TV for a half hour or has a show he wants to watch that she doesn't want to watch, usually he's not even able to watch it. So, same with gaming. You see a lot of women going on turning off their system just randomly because they're bored or they want attention. Or he can't go out with friends for longer than maybe an hour, if that. Like, it's ridiculous. So it's worth considering, like, are you appreciating your man when you do these things for him as well? Like, do you actually follow through and do these things? Because I feel like some women give themselves way too much credit and then they don't give their man any credit, and that's not right.